Okay. Oh, good morning. I am Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. And along with our wonderful Bill Rotella, this morning we have our lead practitioner, Pamella Bailey. We have Lissa, Coffey. Yay! We have Lynn and Buzz. And of course, our always behind the scenes, Sandy and Marcia, and also Sylvette, and we're just really happy to be with you today. And so we are the Center for Spiritual Living, and here's more about us. And now it is my honor to introduce our Rev Lynn Chaplain Noe. Yay, Rev Lynn. Okay.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. I feel like a cheerleader this morning. Our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and the way we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living a fulfilling and abundant life in a compassionate and loving community. And we have our flames of faith. And when we used to light the candles of faith before we almost burned down the sanctuary, we used to light the candles of faith, and that represents our acknowledging and appreciating all religions, Buddhism, Sufism, Christianity, name them, let's hear them, all of the religion. Yes, we're hearing all of them. And we're going to have to get more candles now. There's that one fine thread that runs through all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love, we come from love, and we honor our oneness within us all. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the wonderful, lovely, and/or talented Ms. Marcia Baby.
Hi, good morning. It's my pleasure to share with you a quote from Reverend Betty Ann Brennan. And 1 second, please. It's in code. No. Reverend Betty Ann, somehow she sat and all these wonderful ideas came through her, and now here we are sharing them. So please let's read this together. Any sense of otherness melts away as I feel my connection to all my brother and sister godlings. Earth is our playground, and I revel in a close spirit of oneness with everyone I meet. I am thinking about the universe as the universe thinks about me. Infinite, timeless, transcendent, and fully present at every point I occupy. I call potential into form and delight in its arrival. I share this life in love with all people and enjoy the return of that love. And together we say, and so it is. And now it's my pleasure to ask Reverend Pam to come back up and introduce our musical tune. Thank you.
I don't know if I'm on stage or not, Marcia. So it is wonderful to be with you today, and the YouTube I'm introducing is one of Lissa's. And I looked at all of them from Song Divine, and to fit the subject today, Happier Together, and in this oneness, honoring how we are together right now and coming more together, I chose one of my favorites. Guess what it is? Do you know who you are? Please enjoy.
Do you know who you are? Do you know from where you came? When you understand the truth, life will never be the same. Never was there a time when there was not a we. Never will there come a time when any of us cease to be. Do you know who you are? You're not this body, this garment that gets shed. You are what continues on this infinite thread. You cast off worn out clothes, and those that you outgrow. The soul casts off a worn-out shell and enters into one that's new. Do you know who you are? Death is certain for the body, and for this you should not grieve. The Atma who dwells in each of us is indestructible and free. It can't be cut or burned. It can't be wet or withered. Eternal, all-pervading. It is the same forever, forever. The self is the one that's you. Unmanifest, unchanging. Therefore know it to be so. You won't waste your time breathing. Death comes to all who are born. It is unavoidable. Birth comes to those who die as a part of the karmic cycle. Do you know who you are? But the self dwelling in all bodies never dies, cannot be slain. Though the body may be wounded, the soul doesn't feel any pain. Consider your own karma, from which you should not waver. Do your duty as a warrior, and don't refuse this righteous labor. As you said you would, your very honor is at stake. Do your best and fight for what's good. There are no errors you can make. If you die, you'll go to heaven. And if you win, you'll enjoy it. Therefore, arise, Arjuna, and resolve to show your worth. 'Cause you know you are. You can control your actions, so do your very best. You can't control the outcome. Trust Brahman to do the rest.
Good morning, everyone here and everyone out in Facebook land. And I'm Pamella Bailey, and I get the pleasure of having the opportunity here to do the opening affirmative prayer. So if you would join me in a prayerful pose, whatever that is for you, and just kind of take a couple of deep breaths to let go of whatever else was happening, because we all have those whatever else's. And as I go into that prayerful state, I take a deep breath and I let it go. And I remember what this life is. And this life is God. This life is God expressing in, through, and as each and every one of us. And this life is sacred, and it's full of opportunities and lessons, and it is perfect. There is divine order, even though I may not see it. I may not have a vantage point where I can see how it is all unfolding perfectly. And so I take a deep breath again, and I center myself, and I say, all right, here we are. And I have the ability to make choices. That is part of my divine quality, that I can choose. I can choose what I say, what I do, how I act, how I think. And so in that ultimate power of choice, I choose love. I choose being kind. I choose that which makes me and others happy. And I know that that power to make these choices not only shifts my life, but my making those choices goes out in ripples to people I don't even know that are affected. But what I know is, standing in this place, this day, I can choose to be grateful. I can choose to be kind. And I do. I choose to be kind, to be grateful, to be generous, to listen deeply, and to find the joy, to find the laughter, to find the play in the moments of life. And that is some of what makes us able to be happy together. So if happiness and its expression, which is also a loving and generous expression, if that is the purpose of life, then I get to surrender that which is not leading there, and to understand that it's human. There's compassion available, and I get to be kind and generous and forgiving and come to that place of peace. And that place of peace is where happiness can grow. And I know that that is within me and within each and every divine creature that I call my fellow human beings. And so just as we saw that beautiful girl dancing in that video, each of us has beauty to express. Each of us has joy to express. And each of us has the opportunity to receive those expressions and to reflect them back. So this day, where our focus, our topic is happy together, let us look at and be grateful for those things which are happiness inducing. Beautiful weather, wonderful friends, good health, abundance in many forms, and opportunities to learn, to grow, to show up as our very best. And so as I am grateful for all of this, knowing that it is already in action, being done, I give great thanks for all of this, and I release this treatment. And those of you who are here with me, please join me in, and so it is. All right, and thank you very much, everyone. And now I have the pleasure of bringing up Buzz with What's the Buzz? Here's our announcements. What's a buzz? Tell me what's a happening.
My name's Buzz. Here's what's happening this week. Welcome all of you to the last Sunday of month 3. Our lesson today will fill your heart with glee. Our Reverend Pam and Lissa Coffey are here together for our session, and Happy Together is the title for their joyous lesson. I'm very excited to hear what they both have to say, but for now, here are the announcements for today. Morning mindfulness takes place on Wednesday mornings at 9. These meditations with Reverend Pam will connect you with the divine. They take place at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. They are once-a-week sessions that will help you to thrive. Reverend Pam's title for this week is Still Listening. Be ready to hear her, and your life will be glistening. At 7 p.m. Thursdays on Facebook Live, our midweek spiritual uplift will boost your divine drive. Buzz Noe, that's me, is hosting this week's session. Let's March into April is the title and theme of my uplifting lesson. Today, March 27th at 4:30 this afternoon, a great class with Lissa Coffey happens right on Zoom. The wisdom of Vedanta enlightens our lives, thereby ensuring our divine purpose thrives. Swami Satamayananda is this month's special guest. Change is his theme that will make you feel blessed. You can tune into Lissa after our Sunday lesson. Constant Contact has the Zoom link for this uplifting session. Next Sunday, April 3rd at 11:45, our center's annual meeting will take place right here live. We will gather here at the center just a bit before noon, and the meeting will also go out on Zoom. Let us know that you'll attend, and once you decide, so that we can know how much lunch we have to provide. We need your input, your proxies, and your votes to allow us to make more improved service notes. And we will honor Yvonne, who is leaving the board. Your attendance here live will be her reward. We are continuing with a 2-for-1 sale going on in the bookstore. It remains incredibly well stocked with fantastic things galore. There are lots of books and jewelry in stock that will give your life much glee. And today, when you buy something there, you get something else for free. And keep in mind that our center is here for you. Please let us know what we can do. The spiritual treatment that we provide will reveal your perfection and allow you to thrive. You can always leave a request by phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. And we are excited to once again be able to gather here live, and our center still dedicated to help us all thrive. Your loving donations will keep our center going so that we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. Later, we will list the online ways to give, so please do donate from wherever you live. And 2 other places where you can lend a hand, please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and the Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. And a reminder that our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store gives our center a small donation or more. Please do sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store, or you can do it online. And another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items you got, it donates to our center right on the spot. And finally, April Fool's Day is coming up Thursday this week. Let's know that we'll all get the blessings that we seek. And that's it for the announcements and all I have to say. Next up is a YouTube video we will play. It's by Nino Patel, and Ode to My People is his title, because respecting other people in our lives is vital. Thank you very much, and here we go with the YouTube.
hugged us with warmth, and we grew cause we knew we had all your support. From the fams to the friends, your love was medicine, keep giving us the strength to rise when we would sin. And knowledge that we gained through every single mistake, but you never back down. Through this, you taught me faith. Every single one of you, through being you, you do find a way to spread love, truth through me and you. And it's because of you I grew, because of you I flew, because of you I made it through without residue. Because of you we all have a home to come to. You're a blessing to us all, so keep just being you.
To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, and my truth. To my people, yeah, everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold, yeah.
First I thank the universe, the infinite, the all. Kacha, Allah, whatever name you call. Then I thank the ancestors, yes, the predecessors. The wisdom and the knowledge that they passed only bless us. Shot the Marcus Garvey, MLK, Malcolm Gandhi, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Tupac, they remind me the power of the pen, the music and the voice. Everything they've done let me know I have a choice. Now for my people, mom, pop, sister, brother, best friend, acquaintance, lover, co-worker. Even if I don't know you, but the good that you do helps me see my way through. Service space, thank you, sharing on the great.
To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, and my truth. To my people, yeah, everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold, yeah.
When I close my eyes, I always see learning souls who walk with me. They taught to laugh, they taught to love. You go to hug when push comes to shove. Turn the cheek, forget, walk away. Tomorrow is another day. Life is short, helping hands, they say, are holier than the ones who
To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, and my truth. To my people, yeah, everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, and my truth. To my people, yeah, everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. To my people. To my people, to my people, to my people, yeah, give my soul to the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. To my people.
Hard not to smile. Okay, hi, I'm Reverend Lynn Chaplinoy. I'm your practitioner of the day, and we are so blessed to have many, many practitioners here at our center. We have, of course, the reverends are always practitioners first. Reverend Pamella Geagan and Reverend Kelly Bershinsky and Reverend Dr. Sue Rubin and myself. And our lead practitioner, you just heard her give a wonderful opening treatment, is Pamela Bailey. And the other practitioners are Marcia Beebe, our hero behind the booth, who now we get to see every Sunday, which is a blessing, Donna Butler, Shirley Berman, Pauline Pancake, and our token testosterone Buzz Noe. Had to say that. So the title of today's talk is Happy Together, and that sounds a lot like unity to me. Happy together? I think so. So I've chosen to use the second step of treatment today to discuss, to talk a little bit about the spiritual mind treatment. Our first step is to acknowledge that there is one power. That one power is God, and it lives and breathes and has its being through and by means of us. That's the second step. So the second step, I always say, I am the divine individualized expression of all that God is. I'm one with God, period. One with God. And what a happy day that is when we realize finally that we are one with God. We're the oneness with God, the absolute truth that we are one with God. So we are certainly happy together when we look upon our neighbor and know that we share this unity with them and with all life. So I have a couple of quotes. I have a few quotes, and I have a Rumi poem as well. We are all so deeply interconnected. We have no option but to love all. Be kind and do good for anyone, and that will be reflected. The ripples of the kind heart are the highest blessings of the universe. And that's from Amit Ray, the yoga and Vipassana and integrated lifestyle. And then, of whom shall I be afraid? One with God is a majority. That's Martin Luther King Jr. And there's also the similar quote is by so many people that with God is a majority. Even Billy Graham, a famous quote by Billy Graham. So that's a famous quote. Now here's a poem I wanted to read to you that really does highlight our oneness with all life. All life, even that sweet doggy sitting in the back there. All life. Say I am you is the name of this poem. I am dust particles in sunlight. I am the round sun. To the bits of dust I say, stay. To the sun, keep moving. I am morning mist and the breathing of evening. I am wind in the top of a grove and surf on the cliff. Mast, rudder, helmsman, and keel. I am also the coral reef they founder in. I am a tree with a trained parrot in its branches, silence, thought, and voice. The musical air coming through the flute, a spark of a stone, a flickering in metal. Both candle and the moth, crazy around it. Rose and the nightingale lost in the fragrance. I am all orders of being, the circling galaxy, the evolutionary intelligence, the lift, and the failing away and the falling away. What is and what isn't. You who know Jalaluddin, you, the one in all. Say, who am I, who I am. Say, I am you. Rumi. And one last quote from our wonderful Dr. Holmes. Divine companionship. I absolutely love that. I love saying that. I have a divine companionship with God. Dr. Holmes says, man reenacts the divine nature and makes use of the same laws that God uses. That's delicious. And now I'm going to leave us with, we usually have a five-step treatment. I'm going to leave us right now with this 3-step treatment. Close our eyes, please. God is. I am. And so it is. And so it is my pleasure to introduce the beautiful Bill Rotella. He was so deep in meditation. Sorry to wake you up, but you got to play.
Beautiful. Wow, that sounds beautiful today. Okay, so I gotta tell you, regarding this song I'm about to sing, a couple of years back on a Sunday, before I was coming over here, a song was arriving to me, right? So I was writing, and I was going, how, about how fortunate we are and some of our blessings and how we have so much to be gracious for, Gratitude, right? So I was going, it's good to be Pam. And that's a tough rhyme, spam, Pam, I can't go there.
you know, it's good to be Lissa, then I'm going to go to pizza immediately, you know. So I said, good to be me, right? Why not? So, give me a Sunday morning, and give me my 6-string guitar, give me nothing to do. Leave me dreaming in my baby's arms, let tomorrow's teardrops fall like rain. I got blue skies and brown eyes on my brain. It's a beautiful day. I got nowhere to go, I got nowhere to be, and I'm just thinking, it's good to be me. And I've got nothing but time, and I got a heart that doesn't ache. I got love in the oven, it goes a little sweeter every day. I know it don't get a whole lot better than that. And I've got friends I can depend on, and that's a fact. Yeah, they got my back. I'm just counting the stars, pulling weeds from my yard, and I'm just thinking, it's good to be Lissa, Pam. It's good to be me. There's a time, there's a season, there's a rhyme, there's a reason for everything. There really is no mystery. Everybody wants the same damn thing. There's people I know and people I love, and some people they gotta go. I learned long ago to leave well enough alone. Yeah, let that little wheel roll. I've been playing my cards, I've been lucky so far, and I'm just saying, it's good to be me. Yeah, it's good to be me.
I just want you to know how in you are in this gender correct atmosphere. You named us all. It's good to be me. Hi, Lissa. Yay! Yay! Happy Sunday, and it was so perfect, Bill. Thank you so much.
I love that.
Yay! Me too. Deserves another aha applause. So I'm going to start. And, usually I try and talk to you. I mean, I love talking to you.
But today's a total surprise.
Yeah. No, I adore you. But today, when we're talking about happy together, we're also talking about better together and just being who you are in that authentic voice. And Ernest Holmes says, we believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is the one God. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature and indwelling God, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the divine in all moments. And so now, when we're in the moment, lots of times we don't understand that every moment is a great moment. But when we're awake, we recognize there is something happening that is deeper than we are, higher than we are, and deeper than we are. And it's coming from that indwelling spiritual divine source, I say. And it's bringing us together in ways more than we could ever have humanly imagined. Those ways that connect us on the deepest level of who we are and call us to show up in greater ways. And in times of what we are now in the Ukrainian crisis, it is so wonderful to know that there is more happening and that together we are united and supporting one another, and we feel more spiritually connected than I don't remember this except when the Berlin Wall came down. That's the last time I experienced this surgency of joy. So in times of crisis, it's wonderful to have each other and remind each other that beyond all the storms of life, we are better when we are together because we are supportive of one another, and we know that we belong to that one heart that beats throughout all humanity and connects us to all life. And in just a minute, I will turn this over to you,
No,
Lisa.
keep going. You're on a roll. I love it. Keep going.
So a year ago, the Western system I see of the alliances was absolutely in ruins, and the confidence sapped by COVID and all of the unrest in the world. That was an amen. Amen. As COVID passes, is your guitar okay, Bill? Okay, great. Anyway, and a lot of our diplomatic and security associations had been totally atrophied at the time for lack of use. And all of a sudden, all of this, in this attempt to come into unity, we now are coming back together. And not only in consultation, but our higher ideals of what are we here for? We're here to be free. We're here to be the authentic self and honored for our freedom. Western countries have agreed on what they are confronting. And it hasn't been just a shared vision, but also the sharing of responsibilities worldwide and the outreach for fleeing refugees. So I know that I have been so lucky in my life to be with good people. And so, good person, will you please take this over now?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Ukraine situation, because I think at the heart of any conflict, whether it's just an argument at home with your kids or whether it's a war that could escalate into World War III, the core conflict at it is that we are seeing things in terms of us and them. And there is no us and there is no them. There's no separation between us. It's only we. And Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita several times. You know, never was there a time when there was not a we. Never will there come a time when any of us cease to be. How do we find that unity? How do we find that common ground? Well, we find it because we're all made of the same stuff. Earth, fire, air, space, and water. That's it. That's it. That's all of us. That's our meat suits. But without that alone doesn't make us who we are. What makes us who we are? It's that spark. It's that spark from God that ignites us and that animates us and that causes us to love, to care, to understand, to accept all, to know all of these things, to have that wisdom, to be open, to share. And if we can just see that spark in each other, we'll understand that there is no us and them. It's all we. And in Vedanta and Hinduism, there's a concept called satsang. So in Sanskrit, sat means truth. It means goodness. And the second part of the word sang comes from the word sangha, which is association, community. So when you have a satsang, it's an association of like-minded people who are seeking the truth, who are here to experience the highest truth. And that's what this is every Sunday when we gather here. It's recognizing the spark within each other. It's supporting each other in our spiritual growth. It's seeing that no matter what is happening in the world, we can judge it as good or bad, happy or unhappy. Happy is such a kind of a volatile word because happiness comes and happiness goes. Happiness changes. Happiness is always dependent upon something, right? But that spark doesn't. And if we tap into that spark, and we can do this collectively, especially collectively, because we feed off of each other's energy. We're not just home alone, trapped, feeling sorry for ourselves or watching the news with all this bad news going on, right? We're sharing our experiences and our holiness with each other. And that means we're happier together, we're better together.
You know, this is so interesting because there's this story about the redwood trees that we mainly find up in Northern California. And the redwood trees grow to like 350 feet. And you would think that they had really, really deep roots, but they don't. Their roots are only like 5.5 feet down in the ground. And so you say, well, how do these trees that are so magnificent and live for hundreds of years, how do they stay upright with such shallow roots? Well, what these trees do is their roots are integrated with all the other trees. They communicate. And they've done a lot of studies on this, and not only do they communicate, but they're intertwined, helping one another. They actually share nutrients with one another. And
They're
so
holding hands.
yeah, they're holding hands, and that is how they were able to survive during the droughts, the winds, the rain, the over rain, and everything else. It's because all life is that interconnection, and that is what makes them so strong, and what makes us so strong as well. And I agree with you about this center. This center is a light in the community. And when we are here together, linking arms between COVID surges, I just, I think this is, in my lifetime, this was a first, I'll tell you that, where you couldn't meet. But when we're together, linking arms and speaking truth and connected in something greater than what we see as the tragedy, and we go to that place seeing that what has happened between COVID and this war has brought everybody on the same, not every, well, most of us, those who listen to a certain news in Russia, apparently not, but a lot of us together on the same page, knowing that dream, that vision of why I joined Religious Science, the Centers for Spiritual Living, in that world that works for everyone and peace on earth is already unfolding in that greater vision. And the Ukrainians, in their grit and their strength of nurturing that population, are like those redwood trees. They refuse to fall. They are working so hard, and not only that, the world has come together to support them.
Yeah, and there's
the Western world.
There's always going to be diversity. There's never going to be a time when there is total peace worldwide, no conflict, everybody getting along hunky-dory. Life would be so boring, there would be no growth, we would all just be like, what's the point, right? We rise up when there is something to rise up for. We grow spiritually towards the light, like flowers grow towards the sun. That's how we grow. This stretches us. These conflicts help us to experience the best of who we are and to see past that diversity. There's this wonderful story in the Buddhist tradition called the Four Friends. Are you guys familiar with this story? So this illustrates it beautifully. So there's this little pheasant, and the pheasant loves to eat fruits. There's a picture of the story right there. And the little pheasant loves to eat fruits that have fallen from the tree. And then after it eats the fruit, it spits out the seeds. So it spits out the seeds, and the seed one day grew to a beautiful tree. And the pheasant was very happy because now it had easy access to fruits. It didn't have to go hunting around for them. So it would eat the fruits off the tree. But one day the tree grew too big for the pheasant to reach. It couldn't reach the tree to get the fruits. And a little bunny came by and said, I know what we can do. You can just stand on my back and I'll kind of lift you up so you can get the fruit. And when you get the fruit, we'll share it. And they had a pact, and they worked together, the bunny and the pheasant, and they got the fruits, and they were happy. Up until the tree grew some more, and they couldn't reach it again. So here comes a little monkey and says, oh, I can help you out here. Let me lift up the bunny, and then the pheasant can stand on the bunny's back, and then we can reach the tree, and all three of us can share these fruits. So they did that for a while, and everybody was happy until the tree grew even so big that it couldn't reach anymore. So then finally along comes the elephant. He goes, I like what you guys are doing. You've got the right idea. We need to work together. Here, I'm big. Monkey, climb up on my back. And then from the monkey, the rabbit can go up, and then the pheasant can go up, and we can get all the fruits we want. Doesn't matter how tall the tree is. So that's what they did. And everybody's happy. Now, this could have ended there, and we have 4 friends very happy. But what happened was, this inspired the whole community. And all of the animals, no matter what species they were, male or female, child, adult, old, whatever, they started working together. And they were happier together. They were better together because they used their resources. They understood that everyone has different talents, different gifts, different skill sets, that, alone, we can only do so much. But when we bind together, the world's our oyster.
What I love about this is that we're in the flow with the trees and the nourishing and the happy together. That we're once again.
And we didn't talk.
And we didn't talk. We didn't talk either. And it's so interesting because it's the challenges that create the growth, and also in authenticity. When we are authentic with people as well, and we say, hey, listen, without this help, we cannot get to the top of the tree as it grows and grows and grows. We need that community to help us. And in community also, when you say, of course, if everything were just flat-lined and everything was perfect, we would be bored, because we're human and we're here to experience the good, the bad, the dark, the light, the top, the bottom, the left to the right, everything. We're here to deepen through that. And so when you reach challenges, including with friends, some of the best friends you have absolutely are the ones that challenge you. And don't just say, yeah, that's all good, gotta go.
And your family. Why do we have challenging families?
Yes. Yeah, why do we?
Because
I want to know.
that's the point of life. I mean, the point of life is to grow and get enlightened. The point of life isn't to just sit there and be happy, la-di-da. No, the point of life is to grow and to understand who we are, and we do that through our challenges,
Yeah. And what's so interesting is they've done studies on happiness, and what makes people happiest is when they're helpful.
Yeah.
And they actually call it the psychologists call it the helping hand happiness. And what it does is it makes you so much happier because you are helping, you're in community, you're communicating, and also what it does is
it helps you feel purposeful.
Yeah, purposeful. Absolutely gives you a purpose, and it keeps you alive and fully present. And they call it the helping hand high, without drugs or alcohol. And so it can get us high just without drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
So although I feel like we're like the redwoods and like the 4 friends, we're constantly deepening, growing, bringing up more. We're growing our roots. And I always say in meditations and everything else, we are here to be human. And that 3D dimensional body and what we feel, this bodysuit is so important because it is one of the learning tools that is the greatest. And also pulling from the highest and high from all the dimensions and then grounding us with those roots is what we're here for. We're here to bring heaven on earth into our bodies, ground us so that we can grow together and make that world that works for everybody while honoring our authenticity and each absolute unique fingerprint of God, for there is no one that is just alike.
Perfect.
Okay, you're done?
Well,
Oh, okay.
let's see. I was just going to say, yeah, so we just broaden this to yoga. Yoga means to yoke, to unite, union. And it's all about unity in diversity. It's accepting our cultural differences. It's being respectful of all our traditions, respectful of all our beliefs. And if we can do that and support each other in such a way, then it's all going to be good.
Oh, thank you. And so today I leave you with these questions. What are you entwined with? Who and what are you giving your life to? And who are you invested in being with? And what are you invested in being for? You can give people any material good, but when you give them what I call your authentic self, your God self, your highest self, then you make changes that change your thinking, and you change other people to be higher and better and to evolve at that highest place, and it changes your life, and it changes all the lives around you. Together, we can stand strong, and together, like those redwoods and like the four friends, we are able to withstand all the storms of life and be grateful for them, for the growth that they've given us and the deepening and awakening of who we are. And I love you.
Amen.
Amen.
I love you. So it is.
So it is.
Yeah. On top sides.
Yes, and now it's time for Bill. Yay, Lissa. Oh, you know, I put this up as my phone. Thank you, honey. Okay, Mr. Rotella, yay!
Yeah, we do need each other, you know. And by the way, thanks for reminding me that everything unfolds perfectly. I was thinking that I'm going through some stuff. Believe it or not, I have stuff. Yeah, there's stuff going on. It's all right. So, and I was telling Lisa earlier, my little granddaughter in school, and everything's an opportunity, right? So my granddaughter's going through some kids, they're mean, man. School's got mean kids. Wonderful kids too. But there's so I get a chance tonight when I see her to tell her what a great opportunity. Because now that you're experiencing receiving me, you probably will never do that to someone else, right? I mean, it's a lesson for that. So anyway, yeah, we do need each other.
Viola is precious.
Thank you.
She's so much more precious than those mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Lisa that. By the way, Pam says you're more precious than. Was that? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. She's doing good. So let's see, Happy Together. Let's see, what song can I do? You gotta sing with me. Imagine me and you, I do. What I think about you every night. It's only right to think about the ones you love and hold them tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, it eased my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very kind, so happy together. Well, I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. Can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. Okay, everybody. Ba 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 ba. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together, so happy together. Buzz? Ba 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 ba.
Yay! That was, you know what's so interesting is that, first of all, when you think about timing, a dime, first there's no phone booth, and even if there were, it'd be 50 cents. You have to use the phone booth. And second of all, Michael Slocum, who I think was one of the original Turtles drummers, his mom lived next door to us, and she grew, Paula Slocum, and she ended up, she remarried and founded Redken. The company Redken, I'll never forget that. And he was an older boy, and we just thought he was fabulous. We wish he would have had a dime and a time. So now it is time to do our offertory together. So together, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive, and so it is, and that's the way it is. Yay! And as our Lenny now comes up, we have giving opportunities on the screen as we begin to pass the baskets for those on Facebook and in the audience too. And we're so happy to be with you, really and truly in person. And it's good to have and someone that used to play with us, Peter Shea and Mary Jane Lavendiere Shea are here. Yay! And they're moving to Tennessee. Where are you moving? Iowa. I was thinking music, Tennessee. Oh, it's so happy to be with you today. Thank you for being with us. That's wonderful. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, now our giving opportunities on the screen. And we can give through PayPal and Zelle. And how you reach us is by going on our website, cslpleasantvalley.org, and scroll down until you find these and click on them. And right now we are challenged money-wise. We were challenged during the COVID crisis, and now we're just coming out of that last surge. So give from your hearts is all I can say. Give, and also I'm on a, I hate to use negatives, so I'll only use positives. When you're giving to the Ukraine cause, the Ukrainian cause goes straight to where the money goes, like World Kitchen, or there's so many on CNN, I know, that you can give to. You do not have to go through any church, any organization. You can give directly, and that's what I suggest for the money to get them. And World Kitchen, Jose, what's his name? Andres. Yeah, he is now in the Ukraine, and they're putting out like 1 million sandwiches a day or something like that. So that's one of my favorites, and what he's doing around the world. And now it's our wonderful Rev Lynn up here to close us out. Yay! Ayani! You look so ditto.
Had to get that I love you in there. Okay, let's have one last rousing prosperity prayer, shall we? That's on our minds right now. And as we give richly to this center, we give richly to the world. We do. So let's close our eyes, please. I affirm now and always that there is one power, one presence, one way of life. This is all God, which is forever full and complete. And since I am God's limitless means to express itself, then I express the richness and fullness that I already am. Prosperity is what I am. and prosperity is what I eternally reveal. I give abundantly to all that I do, and to this center, this source of my spiritual wealth. I prosper, this center prospers, and the world is blessed. And together we say, and so it is. And so it's time to sing. Everybody, come on up here.
And those that are with us on Sundays,
We move the mic.
yeah, we move the mic. And I just want to say, Juliet, without going into great detail, I was so honored. Juliet's daughter made her transition suddenly, and the sheriff's department honored her, and I was one of the few that was there. And what an amazing, amazing, amazing girl and family. And so thank you so much. And knowing God is I am, and she's right with us right here. Thank you. Thank you. Which one is that?
If she married us, she'd be Noel Noe. Oh, dear. You've been living with him too long.
And yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, this begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I know it in my mind, I feel it in my body, I